YouTube Land, last disbelief here, and today we're going to be taking a look at part 1 of the Strike Freedom Gundam. This is a HG scale model kit. Not much. I'm not going to cover all the accessories today. All I'm going to really cover is his beam shield and his beam rifles that he comes with, and his alternate hands, and then a couple gimmicks and articulation, but that'll be it for this video. This is going to be a 2-part video, so so we're just going to be covering basics today and two or three gimmicks, so let's get down into it. So this being my first Gundam, I did build this, so it did one pre-built. I didn't buy it pre-built. So first of all, you get 2 hands. You get both, like an open hand and then a closed fist for holding his weapons. So you get those. You also get 2 beam rifles. So you have those. Really nice. One of these, and I don't remember which one it is, but it'll be this one. Stock. You can kind of get some loading action with it. So then you've got, and this is on a piece of transparent plastic. Give me a second. You have the beam shield, which is a nice accessory, just in clear plastic. See? Really hope this thing holds up. So yeah, let's get down into it. Let's go ahead and move these back. So we'll start off with storage for the beam rifles, and I'm not going to have his hand on them right now because it's just easier this way. Beam rifles, you got a little tab right there that'll go into a slot right on his belt. Just take that, plug it in like so, and it's a pretty solid fit. Can't activate one of you cannot activate one of his gimmicks while it's plugged in though, so yeah, you got that. Beam shield sadly didn't have anywhere to store it, just kind of just goes on his arm when you're using it, when you're not using it though well. So the hands are just on a ball joint, so let's go ahead and actually move this. So just take the hands, plug it in like so. You want to remove it, just plug it, take it out, swap out the other hand. So let's go ahead and give him both his grabby hands. And you do have to fold up the handle, and it's just on a little clip. Just fold it out, just take it, slot it into his hand like so. My copy, the handles are a little loose. I need to tighten those up. And on one of them you can, well, first let's get the handle out, but you can extend the stock on it. So there you have him with both his guns. You can have him dual wielding, or something they do is on the other one, the one that the stock doesn't extend, you can rotate that sideways, can angle it however you need to, and it'll just slide right in there. And yeah, he's got 2 guns, and if you switch out his grabby hand for an open hand, oh yeah, first flip that handle in, of course. See, my copy's loose, so you can just get him into like a pose holding his rifle kind of like that, or get into a kneeling pose if you can. So you have that. Not a fan of that, but hey, options. So there you have those. And then the beam shield. You can plug onto either one of his wrists. You want to move this little red piece right here. Very tiny, don't lose this. We'll still need it. I just dropped it. So on a little tab right there, take the beam shield, and I don't know how well you can see this, but there are 2 tabs in there. Just tab into those 2 slots on his forearm, and you'll just plug that back in, and there you go, beam shield. And you can actually use his rifles while you have the beam shield equipped. So let's go ahead and switch that out for grabby hand. I cannot drop it. I'll give him one of his beam rifles. Go back on his arm, on his Gundam. Yeah, see? So let's go ahead and remove all this and get down to articulation. Forgot to mention on the beam shield, you plug it back in. I suggest doing it the same way you were to if you plugged it into his forearm. Or sorry, no, opposite the way you would have plugged it into his forearm, because it makes it easier to remove off the beam shield. So again, no storage for this, but yay. So articulation. Head is on a ball joint, so you get up that far, here, maybe better, up that far and down that far, along with the combined neck joint for kind of up and down movement, and it does do a full 360. Shoulders have a butterfly joint, so I'll take his arm off so we can kind of see it. Butterfly joint right there, and shoulder pads are on a ball joint, so they can do a full 360. Hinge joint here that goes out that far. Bicep rotation. Double jointed elbow. Can't speak. Then ball jointed wrist for just your wiggly, waggly, waggly, wiggly. He does have an ab crunch, and this is the first time I've ever had a figure with an ab crunch. Transformers don't have that, so got an ab crunch. Really nice. Don't know how noticeable it is, but you have that. Waist swivel is hindered by the rail cannons, but if you were to, you get about, can do about that with them on. So legs. So this is something that it doesn't say in the instructions for you to do, but I did because I thought it looked nice. The front skirts for the legs are initially both jointed together. They're all just on a ball joint, so you can cut it in the middle and have segmented hip skirts. No, not hip skirts. Side skirts. Railguns are on a hinge and a swivel there. So, butt flap. Sadly, you can't do the same thing on the butt flap, but yeah. Legs. Go forward that far. Backward that far if you don't have the rail cannons back there. If you don't, they'll just fall off like that. So, there you have that. Bicep swivel that mine loves to come off on, and I don't know what that is. If y'all know what I can do to fix that, please let me know in the comments below. That'd be really appreciated. Double jointed knee bend. Got foot movement, so it goes forward that far, back that far. Ankle pivot, and then downward toe bend. No upward, sadly, unless you count that as an upper toe bend. So, yeah, that's basically it for his weapons and accessories. So the only gimmick I'm gonna do right now is on the back of his calf. And actually, no, forget that one. We'll do that one when I get the rest of his accessories. But railguns, you just can flip out so he can hold the railguns, and you can kind of angle his hand to make it look like he's pointing it. Like I said, these cannot be used while the guns are plugged into the side because they can't rotate around. So yeah, so that's part 1 of 2 of the Mobile Suit Gundam Strike Freedom Gundam. For being my first model Gundam, it's really nice. So, yeah. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing, and yeah, Lost Display signing off.